Hey everybody, this is Craig from 9 Volt Games, and I am going to continue doing my collection videos. Today I'm going to do Nintendo games. Yeah, they're stacked this high. They go all the way down. So I'm going to do this in 2 videos. Now, there's a lot of classic games that I don't have yet. Actually, when I started recollecting Nintendo games was recently. It was within, I'd say, the last year and a half. And I didn't go out and buy a bunch at one time. I would pick up here and there. I would, eBay ones that people have told me to, like Ball and Nick, someone that has actually supported my channel from way back when it first started, told me to get this game called Guardian Legend. Turns out I did play it when I was a kid. I told him I had no idea what it was, and I ended up doing a video for it. So I've been going slowly based off of people's suggestions, games I remember from way back when I was a kid. And I got some gems in here. There's some that are missing, namely Metroid and Link's Adventure, which I don't like and I'll never buy, but I do want Metroid. And there's a couple others, and please feel free to make suggestions in this video instead of shitting on me for not having a game. I would prefer to have people suggest games, and that's how I get them on game-to-game basis. I just don't go do big grabs for Nintendo games, because there's a lot of games that are throwaway, and I have a lot in these piles. So, yeah, let's do that. Let's start first and foremost. Some of these I actually have cases for. It's just in my rack. Oh yeah, the reason I'm doing Nintendo games right now is because my kid fucking ripped the entire rack down. And he always picks this one out, by the way, and puts it back. He rips the entire rack out, puts this one back all the time. He loves DuckTales. We do play DuckTales on NES. DuckTales is one of my favorite NES games. It's got the best soundtrack. Side-scrolling is like near perfect. It's getting an HD remake from Way Forward. That's the people who did Boy and His Blob on the Wii. RoboCop. Most of the games I'm showing you right now are games, like I said, that I remember I had when I was a kid, and I remember them being good. Some of them necessarily aren't so good, but you know. Arkanoid. Arkanoid's pretty decent. I'm going to try and do this quick because I'm feeling that both videos will extend it to 15 minutes. Tetris, which is a must-have. No, I don't ever take these stickers off, but Tetris is a must-have for Nintendo. Captain Skyhawk. I think I might have 2 copies of Captain Skyhawk. Yo-Noid. Please tell me you guys know who Yo-Noid is. At least you older people. You should know who Yo-Noid is. Commando. I wrongly bought Commando thinking that it was Guerrilla War. I don't know if you ever followed my Guerrilla War thing. I actually broke one copy with a hammer on one of our Pod 9s. Top Gun. Cobra Command. I think I just bought that because it was $4. Fucking Cobra Command, yeah, right. Tiger Heli. Tiger Heli I bought off of Dan's suggestion. Tiger Heli is hella fun. Guerrilla War. Guerrilla War is my favorite NES game. Well, I said DuckTales, but it's hard because Guerrilla War was an epic game that was in arcades. However, I think that the Nintendo version is far superior just because of the control mechanisms. Friday the 13th, I did a review properly for that game. That game was awesome. Anybody who shits on it's stupid and clearly hasn't played it. Airwolf, I didn't do a video for it, but I do like Airwolf. In today's standards, I hate flying games, but shoot 'em ups, I used to love. Oh, here we go. Metal Gear. Gotta have some love for Metal Gear. Here's the second one. I should have put them together. I do have Metal Gear 2, but I'll get to it. Double Dragon 2. I don't have the first Double Dragon. I know. And I don't have Kung Fu, which is terrible. Solomon's Key. Probably one of the most perfect carts I have ever seen. And you're like, it's probably a reissue. No, this one was just taken care of. This is one I got in a box, too. I love Solomon's Key. I love that game. I think I've done 2 videos on Solomon's Key. And if you'd like to see me do another one, I absolutely will. That's the game they did on the Retro Game Master. Amazing. Renegade. Not so amazing. Tetris 2. Yeah, Tetris 2. There's another 2 on here for a classic arcade game that I got. When I get to it, I'm going to laugh about because I don't really like it. Paperboy. Love me some Paperboy. Shadowgate. That's one of my first RPGs ever. I love Shadowgate. I love Shadowgate on the Game Boy as well. Game Boy Color. Mock Rider. which a lot of you younger people only know from a trophy from Smash Brothers. Burger Time. Once again, Burger Time's a classic. However, the remake did not really do so well. I don't think it was that well received. Dig Dug. Actually, I'm going through these pretty quickly. I think I'm just gonna try and do the whole stack. I'll both stacks. Maybe. Let's try it. Fuck it. I'll just whip through them. Dr. Mario. I love Dr. Mario. Dr. Mario started my love of puzzle games, and I do love puzzle games. Obviously, you need Legend of Zelda. The original. I really don't like Link's Awakening. I could do a whole video about Zelda series, which I think I'm going to do because of that whole 3DS version of Link to the Past. I'm going to do an entire Zelda one, so I'll leave that off to the side. I don't know why this is the only one in the sleeve, but Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, which I would love to do a video on that because I remember that game being so hard when I was a kid. I can beat the crap out of it now. Pac-Man. As I said in my Atari collection, I love Pac-Man. Pinball, generic ass pinball. Back to the Future. Castlevania, Simon's Quest. Castlevania 2. Where's my Castlevania 1, by the way? I've noticed that when my son was throwing games around. I can't find my Castlevania 1. Blades of Steel. I feel like everybody played Blades of Steel for the same reason. One player, two player, punch each other in the face. That's about it. Put this off to the side. Super Mario Brothers 3. I'm going to put these off to the side because there's an interesting story behind these ones. Adventures of Lolo. Once again, this was a game that Dan suggested. Fun as hell. It was a game Dan suggested because I said I never played it. However, when I got it, it's one of those games that I unlocked the memory. And I was like, oh yeah, I've played this game before. Super Sprint. One of the 10-gen games. I love Super Sprint. Dan and I played this during an entire Pod 9 once. All you can hear in the background was yep. Super Mario Brothers 2, which I thoroughly enjoy, and I'm flip-floppy with series, as you guys know, as to which one's my favorite. I will flip-flop between 3 and 2 for my Nintendo. Super Spike Volleyball. Here's a game I did a video on that was suggested by Dan. I ordered it online. It was a little pricey. Abadox. This is one I got instructions case and sleeve with. Abadox is hard as hell. I started this series called Watch Me Die, and I never continued it because I didn't get a lot of feedback on it. But it was games that were really hard, and I would attempt to do some kind of challenge in them. Popeye, which does not work on my emulator. Not my emulator. It does not work on my what the hell is that called? For fuck's sake. Jesus Christ, the FC3. But yeah, I'm watching Regular Show in the background, by the way. I love Regular Show. I put it on one day because of a lot of colors, and my kid likes staring at colors. He can't talk and doesn't really understand what's going on. There's definitely a lot of adult stuff. So if you don't watch Regular Show, watch it. That's all I'm going to say. I love the Mayo rap like you wouldn't believe. Back to the games. Mega Man 1. Mega Man 1 is the only game, is the only Mega Man game that I own a solid copy for on Nintendo. Obviously, I do own it multiple times over. I own the Mega Man collections. I own the digital versions. I own the Japanese digital versions on my PlayStation 3. But Mega Man 2 is my favorite game on Nintendo for the Mega Man series. Here's my first Castlevania. I think I was missing Dracula's Curse, which I believe is 3. Rampage. Rampage is a classic. Didn't play like the arcade version, but who really cares? Renegade, which I have twice. Really? I think I got Urban Champion twice, too. Ice Climbers! Ice Climbers was fun. I can't do these in. Getting lower on the rack when I have to do a lot of bending over. Oh, Section Z. Side-scrolling, shoot 'em up. Top Gun. I have Top Gun, too. Clu Clu Land, which once again, only younger people might only know as a trophy from Smash Brothers. Pinball Quest. I love that game. Pinball Quest is a pinball game / RPG. It is amazing. And that's Guardian Legend. That's the one I was talking about. Ball and Nick suggested. Dude, if you guys have never played Pinball Legend and you have the means to buy it, buy it. The company's not in business anymore. They made it. So if you have the means to steal it, steal it. Mike Tyson's Punch Out. Love it. There you go. Snake's Revenge, Metal Gear 2. However, that is the unofficial Metal Gear game. The Metal Gear 2 was for MSX. That's the one that you can play on the 3 subsistence version. Yoshi, which was actually just a puzzle game. The game that came before Yoshi's Cookie. Same style puzzle game. Werewolf, someone keeps telling me to play. Sadly, that game does not work on my FC3. However, I do need to get a regular Nintendo because my son ripped the wiring out of the FC3 by pulling on the cord while we were playing DuckTales. Ooh, that's what I said. I don't think I said, ooh, shit. Urban Champion, that's the one that looks like someone threw up in the cartridge. I had to take it apart and clean it. Thanks to Geeker Days teaching me how to properly clean Nintendo games by taking them apart, blowing them out and getting some brasso. Marble Madness, classic. I like Marble Ultra Blast on the Xbox 360, which I do consider its spiritual successor. Just saying. I don't think it's available for you to download anymore, however. But, okay. The last few. Dragon Power, which is actually a Dragon Ball game. Yes, you do play as Goku. You are helping to save Bulma the whole time. It even says it in the instruction manual that it's Goku, and you're trying to get the Dragon Balls. But they had to call it Dragon Power because of licensing issues. Ninja Turtles 2, the arcade game, which is epic. Operation Wolf, which I wrongly bought. I looked right at it, and I clearly saw it say Bloody Wolf, which is a TurboGrafx 16 game. And I bought this anyways. Whatever. Mario Duck Hunt, clearly gotta have that. Spy vs. Spy. Alright, and then these games. I'm an avid hater of baseball. I am an American and I hate baseball. I think baseball is the most boring sport of all time. I think that since the majority of baseball players throughout your school years are preppy kids who are popular and whose parents have money, I feel like a lot of baseball players are big pussies. I'm sorry. I do believe that they're all pussies. I think that real men play football or ice hockey. Yes, I will say that. I don't particularly like ice hockey, but that's because I grew up in an ice hockey family. But I do respect the players that do it. I really think that baseball is a bunch of pussies. But I loved baseball on Nintendo when I was a kid. The Bases Loaded and the RBI games. Amazing. I'm going to have at least one fan that's like, yo, fuck, you don't like fucking baseball? Fuck you. I hate baseball. That was my Nintendo game collection, and I actually did it in a timely manner, which is amazing. And it's also making me think that I'm missing some games because my son ripped them out of the rack and I don't know where the fuck they are. Oh well. That's all I can find for now. How's that? Thank you guys for watching.